don't need to go through all that again. Just, you know, give us the goods on the numbers.
I was just going to suggest we'll put it on like double-sided, really crappy paper, and give it to you.
And are we fine by department, or do you want to go one more level from there? I should have asked, actually. Is it possible, maybe, forget that we'll go like IT, corporate, you'll take that? Okay, that's maybe better. Same, okay. Okay. Now, with this, it's now 3:20, is we also have an understanding that staff by department is going to go back and propose reductions to their department so that it's not just us saying when we come back and we've got the drill down amounts, this is where we're going to cut from.
Thank you for reminding me. I'd just like to let council know that this has been scrubbed with SLT, and we cut $5 million from it. It's in their budget book. So we did cut quite a bit of money, and what we are presenting is something that's already gone through a process, but by all means, we will go through another process and try to find the extra mile.
So we have a number of positions that are open currently. Some of those, perhaps we should have a serious consideration. In a lot of departments, we're seeing a decrease in user fees. We're seeing a decrease in work. We're seeing a decreasing number in planning applications. Some of these departments with open positions, we need to go in and have a serious look. Is it really necessary to fill that position again? So this is where I think we need to have one more serious scrub by SLT before we get together next and see what can be done in those departments. Councillor Van Passen.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Could that also include like a plan that might not show up any savings in 2019, it might be 2020 before the actual savings would show up, but showing that there is a direction, like rather than
I think we'll probably go further as the year goes on, but right now I know there's a number of positions, and I think it would be more prudent to look now before we go and fill the position of, do we really need that position filled, given that we're seeing the decrease in user fees and improvements in technology, but we never actually see a reduction from there. Councillor Martin.
Thank you, Mayor Chop. Building on that, that leads directly into my second motion that I'm hoping to share with council. Because we're rescheduling budget, because there are open positions available right now, I would like to put forth a motion looking for I don't want to use the word hiring freeze, but a moratorium where justification for positions needs to just...
Let's stop. Let's do this one, and then we'll come back to it. How about that? Sound good?
Sure. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to read your motion, as Stephanie has transcribed. That staff provide council with high-level drilled-down information as well as historical trends, 2016 to present as it relates to budget deliberations, and that such information be provided in a format preferred by each councillor. Seconded? All those in favor? Thank you. Okay, next motion.
Thank you. Two steps ahead. Okay, building on that, a moratorium where this is not a hiring freeze, this is simply an opportunity for staff to come to council and provide justification to fill a position now that our budget has not been filled. I don't want to sit back around the table soon and have interviews be completed and the budget needs to be reassessed, or we're not able to make cuts to it. So I'd like to put this motion forward. Whereas current council has been elected on a mandate for change and fiscal responsibility, and whereas it has come to the attention of council that there are a number of staffing actions that were approved by previous council and are currently in progress but not yet completed, and whereas current council wishes to review all cost centers and actions of previous council, including the hiring of new employees and the replacement of departing employees, be it resolved that Norfolk County impose an immediate moratorium on all and any staffing action that have not yet reached the state where a letter of offer has been issued, that the foreseeable future full justification meeting the following minimum criteria, I will bring this up to you, must be submitted to council, and that at minimum such submissions must include justification for the staffing.
Wow.
I'll deliver.
I'm assuming that was prepared. Do I have a second? Do I have a seconder? Councilor Rochelle, any discussion? Councilor Columbus?
Well, I think probably staff is aware of what's wanted here, and I just wonder if direction, just being, giving them direction not to fill any positions is enough. And I would put a motion on the floor to defer that to our next budget discussions, whether they be in 2 weeks or whenever. But I think our staff has heard loud and clear what the intent is.
Councilor Martin?
If I may speak to that,
Well, you need a second, he needs a seconder. No. Is there a seconder for a deferral? Okay, discussions on the deferral.
if I may speak to that, I think we are on the same page that I'm trying to send direction to staff, and this is not by any means a freeze, and I'm not trying to by any means stop hiring. I just would like to ensure that until we sit back down for the budget process, additional staff is not brought on and it changes what we are dealing with, and just simply staff can come and provide justification on the position. I'm not in support of a hiring freeze per se. I'm just looking for.
If it would help Councillor Huffman, I would make an amendment. Well, we'll have to deal with the deferral, but what we could do if the deferral was defeated would be to make an amendment for those positions, include i.e. the communications department that we've already approved today. So any positions that we've approved through this budget process so far, you would be able to move forward with. Councillor Huffman?
Okay, thank you, Mayor Chop. No, that wasn't the direction I was going on at all. I was, in terms of what Councillor Columbus had said, I don't necessarily think that there does need to be a specific motion in regards to that. I think it would be enough that it's a very transparent process that we've all experienced today, and that a direction would be sufficient enough. And I'm extremely comfortable with that.
I'm not sure what the harm would be, but Councillor Columbus?
I don't believe Councillor Martin's motion had a deadline date to it, like a moratorium for 4 years, or?
She did until we came back to the next budget deliberations.
Okay. I still want the deferral.
Okay, further discussions on the deferral?
So we're an organization always in flux. As with most organizations, there's people coming, they're going, we're at different stages of recruitment processes. And so I just want to clarify if it is the expectation of council that all vacancies other than the ones that were discussed and approved today will be put on hold irrespective of where those areas are. So as an example, if we have a paramedic who's resigned, or a firefighter, or a personal support worker in their Norview Lodge, any of these positions, that is the expectation of council that we would not progress with replacing those positions.
I agree. I would suggest an amendment, non-legislative positions. Would that include that?
So and I don't mean to be difficult, I really want to be helpful. So something like running our courthouse and positions that support running that courthouse, which we have to do, like how do we move these processes, especially if some of them are post-interviewing stage? Like that's the thing about hitting some of those.
Councillor Van Passen?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And maybe I missed some of it in such an eloquently worded motion, but doesn't it say in there somewhere that if those situations arise, staff can come with justification, right? So immediate need comes up, you come to council, and that's what it said, right? So I think that,
That is what it said, yeah.
doesn't that solve most of your issue?
So I guess if I respond to the councillor through Madam Mayor, so what is the mechanism by which that would happen? So we're putting that on hold until it's discussed next. So just to be clear, then for the 2 weeks, unless there's some sort of a mechanism to bring these positions forward, if we do have our resignations or we have vacancies in some of those areas that we were planning to fill, it is the expectation of council that until there's a mechanism by which these are reviewed by council, or at least until 2 weeks from now, we're not moving any of those competitions forward, and we're not replacing any of the positions I've identified.
Is there a position in particular that you think is critical right now? Or positions?
I haven't gone through the list of positions that we have posted right now, or haven't spoken to our paramedics chief or our fire chief surrounding what vacancies we have and what the public safety aspect of that would be.
Would anybody be comfortable if Ackhoff came to me, if the deferral didn't pass, and we can amend it, that if there was some position that was a necessity, like a paramedic or so on, that the approval would be given?
Thank you, Mayor Chop. I am, and by no means is this to make any essential services difficult or that the county wasn't able to fulfill mandates. This is just to preserve budgeting until we sit back down at the table again.
Okay, so any more discussions on the deferral?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So just a couple points of clarification. One, and I only heard the motion once, but if there's a staff that's already, or potential candidates that have already gone through the interview process, but, let's say we're a day away from offering a letter, is that part of it? And the other question is that we have some positions, Marlene's been talking to me about, that are funded from the province. Would that be included in this?
If they were approved already through the new budget initiatives with ones that are funded through the province and so on, then no. But as far as the others, we are meeting again in 2 weeks, so.
So through the mayor, just regarding positions like case management in Ontario Works, we've been having a significant amount of challenges recruiting and retaining there, and they are provincially funded, and we do currently have some postings that we really do need to fill because we're not able to fulfill the service levels that we were required for our Ontario Works population.
Councillor Huffman?
Thank you, Mayor Chop. I completely understand where you're coming from with that motion, but I just feel that there's so many different silos of funding, there's so many different departments and different services that it's just too broad of a motion. And again, going back to the deferral, and that it's a clear direction that no new people will be hired to try. What we're trying to say is please don't sneak any new employees in under the gun before the budget deliberations are done. So I think there needs to be some level of back and forth with this, with the SLT team.
I don't know, the motion was quite clear, actually, and this isn't something new. It's been done before, even under previous council. So, Councillor Martin?
Thank you, Mayor Chop. I wonder, and if it was perceived as such, in no way did I mean that staff was going to sneak anyone in. If that was how it was perceived, my apologies. That was not my intent. But I wonder what difference direction to not hire someone or sign someone on is versus a motion to do so. It feels very similar to me. So as long as it's official, I would still advocate for the motion.
Okay, so let's vote on the deferral. Let's see if the deferral goes through, and then if not, we can continue the discussion on how to refine the motion to suit the needs that are being articulated by staff. Okay, all those in favor of deferral?
Comment. I'm looking around the room and I see all the stress on our employees' faces. You can see it. Okay? So I want to liven it up. I don't want to see our employees stressed out like they are. Thanks.
Okay, all those in favor of the deferral? All those opposed? Abstaining? Okay. Council. Okay, then it's defeated, or carried, I mean.
Well, maybe can you ask the vote again, because I was missing.
Okay, all those in favor of the deferral? Perfect. So, do we understand then the direction that is given to staff, that there is to be no hiring? And I understand positions at the hospital. I understand the positions that we've already discussed with the communications department, but there are other departments with open positions, that there is an understanding that we have a moratorium, that if it's not an essential position right now, that we're not hiring until after the next budget deliberations. Okay.
Okay, so the next one, I don't think we're going to do the confirming part. Because we're going to carry on, so we'll do an adjournment and then we can discuss other dates. So we're
Okay. If we could just take, maybe I'll take a 10-minute break and see if we have a calendar. So let's just take a 10-minute break so we can have a look and propose some alternate dates for the budget deliberation. So have just a quick break, and so we can kind of discuss and see what dates might work and come back with that.
On a strip of sandy soil lies a county called Norfolk. It's Ontario, south coast, you know, and it's surely not remote. If you pass through or spend a day or decide to call it home, you'll see why we love it here and are proud to call it our own. Norfolk, Norfolk, a southern county home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Take in the small town atmosphere, be amazed at all that we grow. like our kids that go and see the world and can't wait to return home. Drop a line in a placid lake or stroll along the shore. Take a tour on a peaceful country road and bound to be back for more. Of Norfolk, Norfolk, my Southern County home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. With hard work, we built a dream that only willing hands could do. It's on display at our fall fairs and at all the festivals too. Erie beaches, Carolinian forests, where the flower and dogwoods bloom. Patchwork fields and rolling hills, it's just the place for you. Norfolk, Norfolk, the Southern County home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Norfolk, 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 you won't be a stranger long. On a strip of sandy soil lies a county called Norfolk. It's Ontario, south coast, you know, and it's surely not remote. If you pass through or spend a day or decide to call it home, you'll see why we love it here and are proud to call it our own. Norfolk, Norfolk, a Southern County home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Take in the small town atmosphere, be amazed at all that we grow. Like our kids that go and see the world and can't wait to return home. Drop a line in a placid lake or stroll along the shore. Take a tour on a peaceful country road and bound to be back for more. Of Norfolk, Norfolk, my Southern County home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. With hard work, we built a dream that only willing hands could do. It's on display at our fall fairs and at all the festivals too. Erie beaches, Carolinian forests, where the flower and dogwoods bloom. Patchwork fields and rolling hills, it's just the place for you. Norfolk, Norfolk, a Southern County home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Norfolk, 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 you won't be a stranger long. On a strip of sandy soil lies a county called Norfolk. It's Ontario, South Coast, you know, and it's surely not remote. If you pass through or spend a day or decide to call it home, you'll see why we love it here and are proud to call it our own. Norfolk, Norfolk, a southern county home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Take in the small town atmosphere, be amazed at all that we grow. Like our kids that go and see the world and can't wait to return home. Drop a line in a placid lake or stroll along the shore. Take a tour on a peaceful country road and bound to be back for more. Of North on a strip of sandy soil lies a county called Norfolk. It's Ontario, South Coast, you know, and it's surely not remote. If you pass through or spend a day or decide to call it home, you'll see why we love it here and are proud to call it our own. Norfolk, Norfolk, a southern county home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Take in the small town atmosphere, be amazed at all that we grow. Like our kids that go and see the world and can't wait to return home. Drop a line in a placid lake or stroll along the shore. Take a tour on a peaceful country road and bound to be back for more. Of Norfolk, Norfolk, my southern county home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. With hard work we built a dream that only willing hands could do. It's on display at our fall fairs and at all the festivals too. Erie beaches, Carolinian forests, where the flower and dogwoods bloom. Patchwork fields and rolling hills, it's just the place for you. Norfolk, Norfolk, a southern county home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Norfolk, 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 you won't be a stranger long. On a strip of sandy soil lies a county called Norfolk. It's Ontario, South Coast, you know, and it's surely not remote. If you pass through or spend a day or decide to call it home, you'll see why we love it here and are proud to call it our own. Norfolk, Norfolk, a southern county home. Norfolk, Norfolk, Take in the small town atmosphere, be amazed at all that we grow. Like our kids that go and see the world and can't wait to return home. Drop a line in a placid lake or stroll along the shore. Take a tour on a peaceful country road and bound to be back for more. Of Norfolk, Norfolk, my cousin county home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. With hard work, we built a dream that only willing hands could do. It's on display at our fall fairs and at all the festivals too. Erie beaches, Carolinian forests, where the flower and dogwoods bloom. Patchwork fields and rolling.
All right, before, Councillor Huffman?
Before, thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to make mention, we were just having kind of a little bit of a chat there during the break, and I don't know who we bring this to, but we all just realized that we hadn't been given any instruction on mileage and all of those types of things. So when we're looking at budgeting and being fiscally responsible, we've never received any instruction on any of that.
Maybe we could do that at another meeting at some point.
So if that can be, yeah, just kind of put on, because if I don't say it now, I'll forget and we'll lose it. So if that can get put on the a future agenda.
One where we have a little bit of a lighter agenda in February or something. Okay.
Sorry, specific for counselors?
Yeah.
Mileage specific for counselors.
Didn't really have a briefing on anything, to be honest. Okay. So, how does February the 20th, that is a, I forget now, it's a Wednesday or a Thursday? It's a Wednesday. Does that work?
I'm sorry, Madam Mayor, what date was that?
February the 20th.
There's going to be a Health and Social Services Advisory Committee the next day, and they begin at 1 o'clock. Are we planning on a 2-day?
I think we're gonna get done on the 20th.
All right. I like it.
We passed the motion.
Okay, so 20th, yep,
9 a.m. start?
yep. Okay, does that work? February 20th? Okay, so the motion before me, if somebody would like to move this, is that council be adjourned at 3:53 p.m. and reconvene February the 20th at 9 a.m. Mover, Councillor Rabbits, seconded by Councillor Taylor. All in favor?